So we now have our basic um, controls. Let's play with something we haven't really done much with, which is let's look at hardware. Let's hit the speaker. So instead of this, we're going to send messages to play tones. So let's just test this. Oh, let's reload the code. So it's a little hard to hear. I'm going to change we're going to go and do some settings. Let's go to the speaker, set volume to 10. Right click, clean up blocks. All right. Now, let's try 5. Let's use 10. All right. So now we have it. Oh, let's go find the. So let's reload. Let's edit. Let's go to our editing. So if I want to edit our code, we have to go to the remote. Let's change this to be A. I'm going to delete this guy. Turning this guy A. Labels A. B. B. And we're going to change this from low A to, let's do middle A. And we're going to make these buttons big and long. I'm going to change the background to be red. I'm going to make this background be yellow with black text. And we're going to grab our right click, clean up block. Well, let's create our buttons first. Button. He's going to be C, C. We're going to make this green, make this black. Iron, C, D. D, D. Let's see, what other do we have up through G? So, that our button. E, E. Another button. F. And then we'll add one more button. G, G. That's going to be okay. We're gonna clean up the blocks. I'm gonna move this block to the top. There we go. Duplicate. Middle B. Let's see if I can pull these out and do clean. All right. Duplicate block. Duplicate block. And the counter is still useful for telling us what key we pressed. That command was taken. Because again, if you get lag because of how this works, it can be very confusing if to know if you've actually pressed it. So middle G, middle F, middle E, middle B, and middle C. Oh, no, middle D, middle C. So let's take and reload the code. I'm going to refresh this now. And there we go. We have a very simple piano type thing. Let's add one more thing. We're going to add a slider. So we can move it here. I'll make this all the way across. We're going to make there. The value is going to be between 1, it's going to be between 1 and 10. Let's make it a black slider. Horizontal, 110. We're going to call this volume. And we're going to show title. And then I'm going to clean up blocks, and we should now have a volume slider. I'm going to move that up above here and clean up blocks again. And this is going to be a new variable, volume slider. So what we're going to do is hardware, speaker, set speaker volume to duplicate this block to slider volume. And let's also put a label on our thing. So I'm going to show the show UI. Let's add a second label. We're going to call this volume. I'm going to hide this. I'm going to hide this. UI label, label, volume. And let's take and re-upload the code. We'll know it's reset when my counters disappear. I'm going to refresh this page. And unfortunately, it looks like the slider does not play well with the thing. Okay, we'll turn that off, remove that, and we have to take and go remote. And this is one of those problems with the using the browser. Not all the widgets work very well, so I'll delete that. I'm now going to close this. I'm going to play it, double check one more time, refresh this. And it is making noise again. So it's a simple interface between the hardware of the M5 stick and the remote plus stuff. In the next video, I'll show you about connecting it to the rover to make a little remote control car.